Hi Taurus, this is your forecast for the month of July 2016. This is a general reading for Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, or Taurus Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited the site before, you will need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. Okay, Taurus, for you, the first week of July begins with the Ace of Swords. And so you are gaining some kind of clarity this week. This is a card that's concerned with the truth of the matter, and maybe this is showing up forcefully in some way. Maybe there's a need for force, assertion, or aggression. This could be a week where you're making some kind of agreement or you're involved in an argument. It could be that you're involved in some kind of intellectual pursuit, in which case you've got a lot of mental force at your disposal and you're using the power of your intellect. Maybe there's some creative idea that you're working on, some kind of project that requires a lot of needed authority or information. But this is a week where you can apply your will. You have a lot of authority, a lot of strength, and a lot of determination. It's also a card concerned with justice and the truth. And some of you may be involved in some legal situations or dealing with legal administrators. This is a card that connects to surgery. So perhaps some of you are dealing with medical specialists or surgeons. Because this is a card also about force or aggression, it could be that some of you are coming up against someone who is very dominating or very authoritative, or a bully, somebody who's sarcastic or acerbic or cutting in speech. So this is a week where the mental and the logical analysis is at play. Now, for some of you, you're involved in a situation in partnership or relationship where you're in a holding pattern. One or the other of you is waiting for the other one to make some kind of a choice, some decision, or some first move. This is a card, again, of clarity, getting clear, getting to the truth of things. So it's going to be easier for you this week to determine if there is a missing element in your relationship or your situation. You're going to be able to hone in on that and identify it. This could, in fact, be a week where you are less hesitant to make that move and take the first step, where you decide you're going to clear the air, put your cards out on the table, and let someone know exactly how you feel. Now, it could be that there is some kind of, in some cases, some misrepresentation or some misinterpretation that's going to be revealed and come to the surface. And so in this intercourse, this exchange between you, you're going to discover where you stand in the eyes of another and vice versa. And this is going to make it easier for you to move forward in the future, regardless of what discoveries are made by both parties. Now, the second week, you have the King of Pentacles. Now, this could very well be you, because this is an earth sign, or it's someone you're dealing with. So this is a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Male or female, this is just someone that has, some kind of authority, some power. So the traits for this person, this is somebody who is very concerned with worldly success. This is a security-minded person. If you're involved with this man or woman, they offer you sound financial advice. Or again, this could be you. You're very concerned with your ambitions. This is a focus on being a leader in whatever it is that you're involved with, increasing your income, whether that be through some sound investments or some real estate transactions or issues of ownership. This is a person that's concerned with putting in the time and effort consistently and persistently. They want to see that money in the bank. They want to protect their money. They're involved in money talks, negotiations, and they want, they have a practical outlook. This is a no-nonsense person. Now, this person is very concerned with providing for the family, moving ahead in business, and they're not likely to waste time on things that are ethereal. They want to see the bottom line figures. And so anything that's not ultimately profitable, they don't want to participate in. Now, the flip side is that if this is someone that you're dealing with, and we talked about the previous week where you have somebody that's an exploiter or that's bullying or being dominating, this can be somebody who is sort of like a dictator, and maybe they even mismanage their money, or they're willing to do anything for money. So this could be somebody who is very poverty conscious, or somebody who's not at all generous. They want to be, they want everything for themselves. They're very self-indulgent, or they're overly concerned about their finances, and they could be prone to some outbursts. They're very materialistic and very opinionated. So whether you can identify yourself, whoever this person is that you're dealing with. Now, for some of you, this is going to be a week where if you're in a relationship, this card is saying you're looking for some stability, you're very future oriented, and you're concerned with settling down. So you're going to be very critical of and very selective about the partnerships you make. Whatever kind of partnerships those are, you're going to be very discriminating in your choices. But this could be a week where you decide to accept some kind of an offer, or maybe you go out on a date, or you declare your love for another person, or that happens for you. And it's likely that this is a week where the people that you're involved with are going to share the same kind of outlook, the same kind of goals and ambitions that you do. But for some of you, this person, again, is either you or they are going to be too critical or controlling. So that's an issue for this week. Finances, security, stability, whether that be in, with the heart or with business, finances, whatever it is, you're looking for a solid investment, something for the long haul. Now, the third week, you have the Six of Pentacles. So perhaps you were trying to set up an agreement with this person, or gaining some clarity with regard to your finances, getting some advice. This card is about the philanthropist or the investor. So maybe you're looking to get a loan, or you're providing a service and you're looking to be paid for that. But this card is concerned with either having or not having the resources that you need, issues of giving and receiving and generosity, getting assistance. There's some kind of an exchange taking place. There could be a focus again on a loan, or gaining in some way, some kind of bonus. Maybe you're working out some agreement to repay debts. But because this card is here, you're very concerned about fairness in your financial dealings. This could be some kind of a business opportunity, or maybe you're teaching some kind of a skill. But this week, it's going to be easier for you to attract the attention of other people who can help you in some way. And this is a week for you to be on the lookout and examine any kind of opportunity that crosses your path. Be very mindful this week about whether you're getting, as much bang for your buck as possible, because not paying attention to the details can end up costing you in ways that you hadn't expected. Now, fortunately, this is a week where it's possible that you've got a new sense of purpose in your daily routine. You want to get matters in order. If you've been involved in some kind of legal situation, this could be the week where that gets settled for you in your favor. Maybe you get some kind of bonus this week or some kind of recognition, but you're very determined to make practical and effective changes in the way you operate from day to day, whether that be with your health, your money, your time, your skills. Now, for some of you, if you're struggling, and maybe struggling, with this king in some way, or the poor habits, the poor traits of that king, you're going to find that your health and your sleeping habits suffer from that. Maybe there's nervous tension. For some of you, there's a price to pay because maybe now you're having to pick up the slack for someone else. Maybe someone is being financially irresponsible or immature, or they're neglecting their duties, and that's falling to you. In which case, you're going to wish that you were dealing with other circumstances naturally, and maybe you don't quite feel positive about your work situation. But even so, this could be a difficult period for you to find something else if you're having job difficulties. Now, if you're not carefully considering your finances, if you haven't come to terms with the truth and gotten clear on something, your judgment or the judgment of someone else could actually add some additional complications to your finances. And it could be that if you're being argumentative or you're in some kind of battle with another person, this determined approach is actually going to create some challenges, tension, and friction in your relationship. But this week, it's possible, again, that, you're looking at health, you're looking at your finances, the way you run things, what's going on. And if you're dealing with somebody, notice how these people, are on their knees. There could be issues of dominance and submission, having to make some concessions to another person that you don't really want to make, having to feel as if perhaps you're begging or you're asking for something. And maybe this is creating some tension. Now, this last week, you have the Two of Pentacles. So it could very well be that you're going back and forth with regard to your finances with someone, or you're feeling a sense of lack, or you're weighing your options, or you're taking on too many responsibilities. Maybe you're having to juggle a great many obligations. Maybe you're scattering your energies and putting them in too many places. But again, this could be a week where something for you could happen, some unexpected stroke of good luck, whether that's romantic, financial, or legal. And even though you have a lot on your plate, it's going to be easy for you to, work with all of these things, juggle them, prioritize your agenda. So this could be a week where maybe you have worked out some kind of agreement, you've made an exchange, or you're going over the details and, trying to restructure your finances in some way that are going to benefit you for the long term. But, you could be experiencing ups and downs in your fortune, in how you feel, your emotions, feeling as if you're, riding a wave, going in and out with the tide with your emotions. It could be that you've had an exchange and with someone, maybe you're selling some kind of goods or services. Maybe you have gotten the go-ahead from some investor and you receive a gift or some sum of money. This card says that there are decisions to be made this week. You're weighing your options. There are changes. Some kind of change is taking place in your environment, whether that's a change of job, but there's some movement taking place. And there could be times where you feel, this week, a sense of restlessness or instability, or maybe at particular times you just feel as if you've bitten off more than you can chew. And it could be, if you're battling with this person, maybe they're holding on to resources and possibly something that actually belongs to you. Now, the underlying energy somehow is connected to this queen. Now, maybe this is a person who is a fire sign, male or female, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Again, male or female. It could be that the situations just are connected to the traits of this queen. But this is somebody who is very career-minded. She's enterprising, likely to be devoted to her family. She could be, very involved with business. She's a magnetic person, got a lot of leadership skills, very fierce and passionate in her determination, and sometimes even domineering. So this is a person who is, likely to say how she feels. She's a straight shooter, and in fact can sometimes do the opposite of what she's told to do, because she likes to be in charge. She wants to have things her way. That's her whole focus. She's very strong-minded. Now, for some of you, this is going to mean that certain situations where you're trying to get recognition, you're trying to be noticed, you want to be appreciated, and that's going to increase, and it's going to increase your powers of attraction in situations. And you're likely to attract a wide variety of people, partnerships, suitors, investors, whatever it is that you need that will complement whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, and that will offer you some needed changes and fulfill that sense of adventure that you're seeking. For others of you, there's going to be an element where you or the other person is pushing so hard that you end up it actually becomes a nuisance. You actually end up either alienating the person or vice versa, rather than achieving whatever your goal is. So again, you're gaining some clarity on some things. You could be working towards some kind of an exchange of some sort, whether that's monetarily, emotionally. You're dealing with issues and trying to become more efficient this month, whether that be in your health, with your emotions, or your finances. You could be looking for the long term. You could be settling down into some partnerships. Or you could be dealing with people who are overpowering, dominating, wasteful, and financially immature, in which case it's causing you some disruption and you're having to juggle some obligations, make some important choices, and make some decisions. But you are very determined to steer the matter and navigate the course toward what you want to achieve. All right, Taurus, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. For those of you who have already offered your support, please know that I am especially grateful to you. Have a wonderful July, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.